I'll do that shot.
Yeah, that's good.
Get your chair.
Here. Okay.
You talk.
Welcome everybody. Fourth day's play for the Australian Championships, and we've got Johnny Cash playing against Hit and Misses. First game of the day. Hopefully with a bit of sunshine around we can get through the 9 games we've got scheduled today. Best forecast of the weekend. And I'd like to welcome KB for the first time this weekend.
Cheers, Matty. Good to be on board. Finally get a full day of play yesterday. That was pretty good.
It was. And the sun shone all day yesterday. It was a perfect day for cricket.
Finally.
No, but it's actually a really beautiful day out here today. Johnny Cash, they're from the Sydney Cop.
Yeah, East Sydney, and they're up against probably one of the heavy favourites, I'd say, from the Central Coast, this team. They took out the Rec Cup last year in Canberra. They took out some big teams too along the way. The Paddies, Spider Monkeys they beat. Goffs and 3 Short. So, yeah, be looking for them to start off their campaign pretty strongly here today, I would suggest.
Nice.
8 over a side today. Is it?
10 over
10 over a side
10
today.
over a side today. Now that we've got a bit of daylight savings, we've got a little bit of extra light.
Happy days.
Just means a little bit more overtime we've got tonight. We'll love doing a bit of overtime. Got to say, I do have a bit of a soft spot for the orange uniform.
Yeah, very similar to yours.
Very similar.
So what's the pass score you reckon on a 10 over? Are we looking at 100?
Yeah, I think so. The field's a little bit heavy. There's a bit of dew around this morning, so I'm thinking in the first game we're probably going to see scores of around about 70 to 80.
Yep.
In our 8 over games yesterday, we actually had a couple of scores up around 80, and that was probably our best game of the day.
Yeah, right.
Where Fine Legs chased down 80 to win in the last couple of balls.
First game is 8. We already told the Thieves it's 8.
Okay. We've just been advised that the first game of today will be 8 overs per team. Running a little bit late to get started on a Sunday morning.
Oh, well left by Sharpie. I think he thinks it's a 2020 game.
I was just thinking that. He obviously forgot that it was a shortened version today.
Doesn't want to lose his wicket early, Sharpie. Got a lot to play for, this LMS legend. I think he's had over 450 games. Well played.
Oh, and he's going to take off for a very quick single there too. Apologies again that we don't have a live score. It seems our umpire's camera, umpire's phone is not syncing at the moment, so we're just going to be flying blind.
What do you reckon, better to start the game, better to play earlier in the morning or later in the day, you reckon? Any advantage?
Well, it didn't really matter yesterday, to be honest, because we had a fair bit of rain early in the morning, a fair bit of rain in the middle of the day, and then we had a lot of rain late in the afternoon. But I think today,
As it dries out, we should see bigger scores?
as it dries out, we'll see bigger scores, yeah.
Yeah.
We still have put the call out for somebody local that has a lawnmower, if they wanted to bring it down and even just mow in front of where we're sitting, make the stream camera look a little bit more inviting. Well, that's a nice little stop there.
Yeah, very good.
I will have to say that the keeper of the day had to be JJ Burton from Albury yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Wearing his shorts, diving around in the rain. Mate, he was on fire.
Committed player, JJ.
He was a very committed player. And he did very, very well with the gloves.
Shot. Single onto the onside. Very casual approach here by JCM. Not going hard from ball 1. I can assure you some of the teams later on in the day, Spider Monkeys, Western Swingers, Oceans 12 will be going a lot harder than this. Looking for scores of 120 plus, I reckon, later in the day.
Oh, that's well fielded by the long grass there.
Oh! Jeez, poor throw had Lance off.
Oh,
He's covered in mud.
first spill of the day. We'll endeavour to get our umpire to send us through a score at the end of each over. But I can just guess, I think there was
That was
about
3 runs, wasn't it?
2 or 3 runs from the first over.
I think this is the Johnny Cash's first appearance in the Nationals here. First of many, let's hope.
It's a pretty cool name though too. I mean, it's a pretty cool name.
The logo's pretty cool too.
Yeah. Only thing they're missing is the orange pants. The orange pants would just make them look amazing. Orange pants and maybe the black clads or the orange clads to match.
Yeah, very good. Shot. It's down the mid off from single.
Got to say, it's actually good to see the mountains that surround us today.
Yeah, very scenic, isn't it?
It's a very scenic venue.
Yeah, the tournament director's done a good job of getting such a picturesque ground for us to be playing at.
He did very well. He spent a lot of time in that vehicle and on the back end of brooms trying to clear some.
Oh, great ball.
First wicket
Got
of the
him
day.
in.
Bit of a Yorker aimed in at middle stump and played all around it.
It's Andrew Curran on his way back for 1.
So has Andrew driven down from Sydney for the day?
He has.
Oh, poor Andrew.
That's
Driving
a poor
an hour,
start.
driving an hour to face a couple of balls.
Thankfully, he's more of a bowler, so there's more to come.
So they've sent out Andrew as a bit of a pinch hitter by the look of it.
Yeah, and that didn't work.
It didn't work. It sort of backfired.
Now we've got here, Matty's come to the crease,
And a lefty.
and a lefty, just to spice things up a bit.
Unfortunate thing for the lefties is anything they hit into the leg side probably won't go for full.
Yeah. And
Got to be
Matt-
aiming for sixes on the leg side.
And Matty not the biggest hitter of sixes as it is, so this will be interesting. But he'll play a lot down leg side. He'll be walking across his stumps and lifting it over. Oh, maybe not.
I think he was trying to hit that to leg, but he probably should have been trying to hit it to the offside.
I think he's going for it from first ball.
He
Could
certainly
be
is.
exciting.
I think I'm going to have to talk to these Johnny Cash guys after the game and just let them know that there is orange pants available and they will look.
Oh, he's gone for the ram.
He has tried it early.
I think he's a bit worried about the bowler's pace. He's not used to this kind of pace back in the lower grades of Eastern Sydney.
So can I ask for a Brisbaneite, the bowler, who's bowling?
He's a Central Coast boy.
Central Coast boy. Okay, so Central Coast bowler number 2.
He's off the mark, Matty.
1 off 3. The ideal strike rate or first ball to face in LMS is a second wide of the over when you come to the crease, and you get 3 off 1, not the 1 off 3. So
That's a tidy over, isn't it?
After 2 overs, I would have guessed it's gonna
A wicket and a run off that.
a wicket and a run. I
Well, 2
thought
runs,
about
sorry.
1 for 5.
Down leg side. Matty pushes it around the corner for a single. I think they've brought the field in quite significantly here.
Hey, big fella, so you guys are looking at going straight away.
Geez, JCM struggling to get off the mark here. Looking at a score of probably about 50 at this rate. Central Coast lads would have us wrapped up with a bonus point.
No, the only thing I would say is I've got a streaming kit down here that I can't take it with me. Oh, I probably can. No, I probably can.
Oh, he's bowled him! Sharpie's played across the line, little straight ball, probably stayed a little bit low. But they're bowling stump to stump, beautiful stuff here. Central Coast on fire.
Yeah. So the only other option, I don't really want to do
So the skipper departs and probably their best chance of scoring a lot of runs too. Looks a bit down now, the chances for JCM in their first
that would be.
match ever at the Nationals.
No. We've got a second one. We're using the second one at the moment. We're using the front one.
So that brings to the crease Joel Udstrom. So he can still bat, but not as good as Sharpie. I'm a bit concerned here. This game could be over quite quickly here. And he's... Oh, what a diving effort there at third man. He got hands to it. I think he got there on the full. That was a hell of an effort. Great athleticism.
No, but you guys can take me with you. I want to take one. Just that big Billabong bag of mine, that needs to stay with it. So, geez. Everything else is possible like that. So all that elements up on the top bar, leave that there as well.
Oh, he's come charging down the wicket as Matty Edge. No success on that occasion.
Oh yeah, that's probably
So just another single from the over.
So what's on here, Glenn? Yeah, 11 o'clock. Yeah, well we did look in at that.
I don't know because this is my phone. I thought it should be his account, so I logged in with mine. But still not showing. These are all your team, right? Today?
Central
Most of
Coast,
them.
yeah. JCM. Oh, geez, full bunger, outside off. He's missed that. Joel loves it through the offside too. Lost opportunity here. Into the fourth over. Inside edge onto the pad, they get a single there. Salvaging something.
Yeah, repark. So if you can just leave all those charges plugged in as well, I'll just take them with me as well.
I reckon this could be another slog on the onside here from Matty to cow corner. This could be a catch at cow corner, I'm going to suggest. Here. Oh, around the corner to find leg. It was close. Really slow start here, Matt.
A really slow start.
They might have just ticked over double digits here.
Double digits and what, in the fourth over?
In the fourth over.
So 2 for not too many in the fourth. We could have a very quick game here this morning.
Alright, can you allocate Rick and Rob Jordan for...
Probably playing this outside off stump. So if they keep going at this run rate, they will end up on around about 25 runs. And the Central Ghost team could chase that down in a matter of 2 overs, and we could have about a half an hour game.
Very possible. Very possible.
So that just leaves more time for these gentlemen to enjoy
Hang on, hold the phone. There's our first boundary of the day.
our first boundary. That's a nice shot.
Joel, beautiful. So they might get to 50 here.
They just need a few more of those, don't they? They certainly do need a few more of those.
14.
The score is 14, we have been told. 2 for 14 in the fourth over.
But they've lost Sharpie. That was a big wicket. So really a lot lies on Joel's shoulders here. He's the next biggest hitter for JCM.
But the unfortunate thing about Sharpie is he actually left a ball to start the innings. So he probably did his team a favour by departing. I will say I've been around the LMS circuit for around about probably 6 years now, and the quality of the uniforms has increased immensely. Some of these uniforms, like even the blue and gold from Hits and Misses, they look pretty cool.
Yeah, they always look pretty sharp there. Trent Thompson does a great job up on the Central Coast, much like you, Matty, at Bow Desert. All his teams are in uniform.
Trent Thompson's he's playing for the Primary Club later today.
Is it?
Trent's playing for the Primary Club later today.
He is captaining the side. They are the Sydney champs,
They are the Sydney champs.
and they're very optimistic about their chances today of taking out the title. He goes down the ground and mid-off, but not all the way, just a single.
That's right. I was having a bit of a chat with Trent about his team.
Oh, cheeky second run,
Oh,
and they get away with it. They could come back for a third. Oh, that's great stuff here by JCM.
are we
Not
gonna
giving
have
up
a
on the
fourth?
play. They're coming back for the fourth. Oh, amazing.
Skid off the pitch, gonna go for five.
Oh, jeez.
You don't see that too often.
So a single turned into four.
turned
How
into
good.
All run four.
Great work here. Take the runs any way you can get them.
So the second boundary off the over of a ball played straight to deep mid off. I've been saying it for the last couple of days, but some of these deep fielders, they need to learn the underarm throw. The underarm throw to the bowler,
When there's nothing on,
when there's nothing on, doesn't ever cost you overthrows.
shot. Michael's bowling pretty well here.
He certainly is. Mr. Number 23, is he an inner Jordan or an inner Shane Warne fan? There's always the repetitive numbers that pop up, and 23 is one of those.
The keeper's got 23 as well, which is Lance. Shot. He's gone out, but he's going to hold out to the man at cow corner. Great catch. And Matty edged the pass. That's the third wicket for JCM.
Third wicket down, and
Hits
there
it,
wasn't
misses on
a
fire.
steal. Had an interesting one yesterday that we actually even chatted about last night at dinner. There was a steal. Ball played straight down the pitch, deep mid off, taking the catch.
Yeah, right. Usually it's the other way.
Yep.
When you hit behind the keeper.
And what happened was the steal was taken, but the non-striker then decided to run for a third, and
Oh, no.
and plant himself at the keeper's end. Then he realised what he was doing, and he tried to make his ground back at the far end,
Yep.
and he was run out.
Oh, no.
But Neil, knowing the LMS rules,
Right.
ball was dead once
Once
he'd run the second, so
Ah,
he was
very
still allowed to
good.
bat. Yes,
Yes.
there's some
Well
very
picked up,
quirky
mate.
rules.
Yeah. Well
And-
done, Neil.
Thankfully, Neil, he
They
knows
coming
them
out for
all.
the second. How's the arm?
I actually hear that Neil's been staying down here camping and reading the rules all night to go to sleep.
It doesn't surprise me.
He is
I believe
certainly
he's on
one-
the rules board globally.
If he's not, he should be
I'm not talking about LMS, I'm talking about the MCC, by the way.
on the MCC. But no, Neil's been out here every day. Yesterday morning, he was out here at about 6:30 with a broom in hand, by himself for an hour, just working on the pitches to make sure we could get
Oh,
something.
fair play to him.
Fair play.
Pete Bowman's right-hand man for Canberra and Newcastle.
And does he play a little bit?
He does. He plays, what's the Flaming Hussies?
And is he
He's,
a better umpire or a better cricketer?
yeah, I'll stay out of that one. He's a terrific umpire, I'll say that. To answer the
I had
question.
actually heard from Pete during the week saying, just remember you guys have got to play later in the week. Be careful with the umpire chap.
Pete actually is, he's very confident of the fact that at least one of his two Canberra sides will win. He assumes an all Canberra final, which is highly unlikely.
Absolutely. I can pretty much rule that out. I mean,
But Three Short, who is his favourite team, they're actually one of the teams that's going to the World Cup later this year in South Africa.
nice.
They're the only representative from Australia, I believe.
No, I can,
Is there
no,
more?
there is another one.
Oh, there you go.
The abusement parks from Ipswich
I
are
love this
going
name.
to the World Champs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
They are ranked about 4,000 in the world, but they are going to the World Champs.
Very
and
good.
they are the greatest bunch of blokes. And off the top of my head, I think they have played somewhere past 500 LMS games.
Oh, wow.
That team, yeah.
Sounds like a foundation team there. Great
They've
stuff.
been around for a long time. a few of the foundation guys went away for a few years, but they've come back and they've rekindled it. And they attended the Queensland champs last year, and they would have been here this year, but they are off to Cape Town. Yeah,
Very good. Well, best of luck to them.
absolutely, and to Three Short. So will Sam Lang be captaining the Three Short team to the World Champs?
Yes, the Australian captain will be handling Three Short. They've actually got a big addition too. Ziad Abbas qualified for them earlier in the year, so he's going
Nice.
to be joining there. Mitch just bowling a bit too quick here. He's pushing it across the batsman 2 wides in a row, handing runs to JCM.
I did watch Sam play yesterday against one of the Bow Desert teams,
Oh, yeah.
and Sam came out to bat with the scores level and protecting his average as he does
Yeah.
and his ranking.
Did he wait for the wide?
He was trying to call the wide, but he actually just knocked a single.
Oh, right.
The crowd was calling, hit this for 6, first ball, but no, knocked a single.
He didn't give the people what they wanted.
Didn't give them what they wanted, and he protected the red ink. Those one not outs, they come in handy later in your career.
They all add up, especially to an Elvis legend. I believe he's the leading player. He's played the most amount. He's the most capped player in Australia. With over again, am I right? I brought it in.
Unfortunately, the reason I know this is because Jason Slogger Hart plays in the Bow Desert competition and plays 3 games every weekend pretty much.
Oh wow!
Has played.
So what? He would be up around 600.
He's over 600. I think he's cracking 620 at the moment.
Wow! Well done.
And up around 19,000 runs.
Jeez,
Yeah, there's a couple of little records that he's got.
fair effort. Geez, 3 games a week. What commitment!
There is commitment.
For the love of the game.
Absolutely, for the love of the game. Oh, another wicket. That's 4 for us.
Oh, mixed bowled.
They're struggling here, the Johnny Cash.
Yeah, big time. Oh, so now to the crease comes Hugh. This is their keeper. So 4 for now.
I mean, the good thing about Hugh is he's got the matching orange cap.
I love it.
Yes, love it. And they wear the shorts, the black shorts.
Yeah,
Love
to
it.
highlight the jersey more.
Love a team that wears black shorts. But they are in a little bit of trouble here.
I hate to say it, Matt, but I'm going to say on a hat trick. This will be when he gets this. I'm going to say if he bowls it at the stumps, very good chance Hugh will play all around it. Oh, he's called for an LBW. Neil.
Oh,
no.
Neil thought about it. He was
Jeez.
thinking that he could get himself on camera by giving a hat trick LBW. Okay, so I've done a quick Google. Jason
Yeah.
Hart, 689 LMS matches,
Wow.
19,541 runs at an average of 44. And I do know that he was trying to chase the 20,000 in 2022.
Wow. Oh, there's a mix-up and it's
Oh,
gone.
Fifer.
And Hughes survives one more ball, a run out. Coming back for the second, then got told yes, no, sir, maybe, and gone.
So off the top of my head, I'm 99% sure that Jason Hart is the leading match player in Australia and run scorer. But wickets, I couldn't tell you off the top of my head who that is.
I'd say he'd be right though, because yeah, if he's past Sam Lang, there wasn't many in Sydney that were going better than Sam Lang. Well,
Yeah.
Will Jacobs was our best.
I know Sam spent a fair bit of time out of the game.
Yeah, while he was recovering, right?
From a surgery.
Yep.
But one thing I do know is he's actually playing some Saturday cricket as well at the moment. He's playing for a team down there called the Jimboomba Bushrangers.
All right.
He doesn't really look like a bushranger type, does he?
Oh, you gotta love that way to start, wide. It looks like I brought the weather here, mate. This is a glorious day. Have a go. Basking in the sunshine here, mate.
Well, it is very close. Sam's played 678 matches.
Oh, wow.
So he's pushing on to the 700 this year as well. You would think if they go deep into this tournament, plays a few more up in Brisbane, and then goes to the World Champs, that he would probably crack 700 around World Champs time.
Yeah, wow.
Maybe there might be a nice little award over there for him. maybe the big boss might have something in store for him.
That'll be their second appearance at the World Champs. They got to the plate quarterfinal last year. Oh, a couple of years back now in Sydney.
I watched a fair bit of that, the streaming of the World Champs, and it was around bushfire time. It was a really
yeah.
difficult tournament as well.
Extremely. With Ash falling from the sky. Oh!
That's a stumping.
That's unbelievable.
That's
Lance
great.
Keane, what hands!
Oh,
Joel ever so slightly stepped out of his crease and Lance takes him. That was a full ball, 2 outside off. Well
absolutely. And he's got to walk back past his teammate that gave
Just
him
gave
out,
him out.
and not even look at him.
It was motionless.
It was motionless. It's the worst feeling, getting given out by your teammate, and I have a teammate that loves to give me out every time. So we've got a rule now. He can no longer bat behind me. I have to bat at number 8,
Yeah.
and he bats at 7, so he can't give me out.
Yeah, fair play. Can't go wrong that way.
But the square leg umpire sheepishly put his finger up as in to say, "Don't really want to do this, but you're out, mate." But that was amazing work by
That
the
was,
keeper.
yeah, brilliant keeping by Lance Keane, the skipper. So 6 down. This is our final 2. Well, final, it's 7
They
down.
must be playing with 7,
Yeah.
the Johnny Cash team.
He's going to go for the 2.
Or this could be
This
curtains.
could be curtains
I
here.
think
He's
it
on his
is.
way back. He's halfway.
Oh.
The throw's... Oh, it's a terrible throw.
Oh.
And he missed it. Oh,
Don't run
boy.
for 3. Don't take on that third.
Jeez, they fumbled that one around, didn't they? The hits and misses.
Yes, they certainly did.
He was gone for all money.
It's one of those things in LMS, whether you take that early 2 and risk the run out, or if you just try to knock it around and take that big chance of getting the 12 off the last ball.
Yeah, conserve your energy.
Absolutely.
I like it. They put pressure on a good fielder. And the throw was off.
And then even Lance, after his great work with the stumping, missed the stumps from about a metre away. Well, there's not 2 there. Thought about it.
This is a good economy rate when you're a bowler coming on the
Oh.
bowl to a last man stand.
It is beautiful, isn't it? It is absolutely
One of
beautiful.
the best parts of our game. Cricket revolutionised.
The flip side is sometimes you can actually get a really good player that's a last man standing, and you can go the journey a lot more. Well, that's another good hand.
That could happen later this afternoon. I'm fixing with a couple of teams I'm thinking. Western Swingers, Oceans 12, Spider Monkeys. They go very hard. And
Oh, that's the end of the innings.
That's the end of the
8
innings.
overs down. We don't have a score from Neil, but I think that they've probably got around about 40.
I think that's safe to say, yeah, 40 max, I'd say.
And knowing the Central Coast team have beaten some fairly big teams of recent time, that they might chase this down with their eyes closed.
Yeah, the problem, though, is do you send your best batsman in and then they potentially get out and lose some form? Or do you just say, no, save them for another day, just take the win?
Take the win.
Yeah.
Take the win. The guys that don't normally bat, this is your chance today.
Absolutely, yeah. That's
And
way
the
to
scorers come through, and they've made 35. 6 for
Oh.
35 from 8 overs.
bugger. It's going to be tough, and fielding with 7 players.
Fielding with 7 players. I think this is the time also where you give your guys that don't really bowl a bowl and say, let's get this over and done with in 2 overs.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Take the loss.
Yeah.
Head home quickly.
Start the drinks early. You're into the plate.
Exactly. It's a fair drive to come down here and get an absolute shellacking. But that's what happens in cricket sometimes.
It did look ominous at the start with this heads-up play. Even JCM full strength, I think we're going to struggle big time against hits and misses. Like I say, hits and misses, I really think one of the top 4 teams, they'll be there at the semi-final. That's my opinion.
And their batting, their strength is their batting or their bowling?
All-round good team.
All round?
All-round good team.
I mean, we can see just by Lance's keeping that they don't have an issue with their keeper,
Yeah, definitely not.
other than throwing from a metre away. So the Canberra tournament they won, they went through beating some really big teams.
Yeah,
along the
so
way.
there was only, I think it was only 6 teams, 2 pools of 3, but when they got through, they beat the Paddies, who are, what were the semi-finalists of the World Champs. They beat the Spider Monkeys, who were the finalists of the World Champs, under a different name called the Exiles. And, yeah, they beat the 2 Canberra sides, who are hot in form, 3 short and Goffs. So, yeah, they've done really well. Form-wise, they're a top team in the Central Coast, winning virtually every tournament up there. So these are their big tests when they come out of there and see how they play against teams from outside their region. But they performed admirably.
Absolutely. And when was that tournament held? Was that earlier this year?
Actually, last year. They didn't do a Rec Cup this year, unfortunately, but last year.
And was that an invite-only tournament?
It was an invite-only tournament, yeah. Pete Bowman organised in Canberra. Hopefully it becomes an annual thing.
It's a bit sad that the Super Series have drifted off, because they were always very good cricket to watch.
Yeah, the 2 editions. Well, the first one was a cracker. We had a super over. Not super over, eliminator over to decide. It was a fielding effort by a bloke called Kirk Adderley to win for the East Coast Wales. Terrific game.
And East Coast Wales, they went on to the World Champs and made the final, is that right?
They did. And I thought they'd do a lot better, but the Indian team ran right over the top of them. It was their worst performance by the Wales.
And that was up at Barrel. Our team actually, with Thursday not playing, with so much rain around, we actually took a journey up to Barrel.
Oh, yeah?
And the day before, we'd driven down from Brisbane with 30 degrees, and we get to Barrel, and it was about 5 degrees. So,
And that was in the sun, once the cloud comes over.
so
It's about -5.
most of our team had to go back to the hotel or the cabins and thaw out.
Yeah, Barrow are not known for the weather, that's for sure.
That's certainly
But I will say, Bradman Oval, that is a beautiful place.
Oh, lovely.
And the museum,
Picturesque ground.
yeah, the museum was amazing. It was worth every minute of the trip, every cent to pay to get in. And
First time there?
first time there, absolutely. And the lady that was on the counter, she actually got the ICC World Cup trophy out, and every one of our team got to get a photo
Oh,
with that.
how
ICC.
good.
Yeah, I know. That was amazing. Good
Lovely.
for us cricket nuffies. Can actually feel a bit of warmth around today.
That's because you sit next to me. No, this is a great day. Who's the next game? It looks like we've got Primary Club up next. That should be a cracker of a game. Damien Fritton is the captain, I believe. Used to be the world #7 bowler. Used to be.
He's certainly not number 7 anymore, is that what you're saying?
Yesteryear.
So Primary Club, do they just pick and choose the best players from each competition to try to have a super team put together? They
Yeah, pretty much the guy that runs it. Yeah, he just picks off players from anywhere he can. He sees good stats come up.
That sounds
And
like
then
Marty Henderson from the second 11. Sure they're not related? Oh,
Yeah,
how
no, the
good.
Primary Club has a very good team today. Yeah, one of their stronger sides they're going to put out today in the next game. Similar sort of uniform to hits and misses they'll be in.
But they've just gone the traditional whites. You would have thought that with such an organiser like a captain like Trent, that they would have gone the pants as well.
Yeah, disappointing.
Maybe since he moved to the Gold Coast, he doesn't have as much spare coin in the back pocket and can't afford to buy the pants as well.
The funds are being diverted elsewhere.
Absolutely. But out here to batting, the hits and misses in their bright fluoro yellow pad colours.
Oh, I love it.
They look amazing.
Shot through the offside. Has he pierced the field? Yeah, he's got a boundary.
It's got a boundary. Somehow the ball through that grass. The boundaries actually look a little bit shorter straight today.
I put him out today. I wasn't sure how. Probably a standard field.
Oh,
back
that's
in East
okay.
Sydney, yeah.
That's okay. I will say with the shorter format game, to have the boundaries in a little bit better, a little bit shorter, makes a higher score, makes it a bit more exciting.
Maybe I'll bring them out as the day dries out.
But what it also does is, as we know, LMS
Oh.
players are all about the stats. It actually helps them to boost their stats, their
It does.
strike rates, their scoring.
Coming back for the second. Good running. Yes, that's true.
So you've actually done them a favour. So they all need to come over and say thank you today, KB.
So the way it usually works is if I play any time in the East, I set up the field and then usually get a good score with the bat because I don't care about what happens with the ball.
So you bring
Shot down the ground. That's the first maximum of the day. Huge shot.
and that would have been 6 yesterday, even when we had the boundaries out.
Far out. Great connection.
This could be over very quickly. Because from memory, I think that's about 11 off the first 4 balls.
Yeah. On fire.
So there's an interesting number on the back of the keeper's jersey there, 2007.
Must have been a good vintage.
He
Oh.
looks a little bit older than 15.
He ages very well, shall we say. All right, Matt, give me a prediction. What over? Third? Fourth?
I'll say 3.
Can't go 5, surely.
I'll go 3.2.
3.2.
Yeah, they're going to go at 10 and over.
Very accurate there. I love it. Very precise, I should say. Shot.
Another good
Pierce the
shot.
field. Has he got the boundary? No, it's going to pull up just. But they could get 3 here.
Yeah, I think they're going to run a comfortable 2 and say,
Yeah.
you can have some strike. I've had this whole over. There's at least 12 off the first over.
Sensational start here.
The cover fielder wasn't in a hurry to turn and chase. He was like, it's Sunday morning. Why am I running chasing a cricket ball?
Sharpie not knowing for his agility skills out there on the field. Skipper of the JCN.
I think once he was dismissed early in the innings, I think he's just decided, yeah, today's a write-off.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's just get it done with.
So Matty Edge comes on to bowl.
Looks like another spinner.
Yep, off spin. Oh, nearly got him. Jeez, great delivery there, Matty.
Phil Callahan came on yesterday to bowl for the Old Fools.
Yep.
And the first ball looped up and took off stump. That was very nearly another.
He's very deceptive. He looks juicy when he throws it up there. And that was a bit full.
Was a bit full.
punished.
And they don't have a deep mid-wicket fielder at cow corner. How can you have, on an LMS game, no cow corner? You got 3 on the offside. Sharpie, you need to change sides, buddy.
Oh, the quicker one.
Off
Gets it
the
around
pad.
the corner.
Just a single off the pad.
So they're on track for your 3.2 over mark here.
They certainly are. That's one that hurts in LMS. The wides and the no balls go to the batter, but the leg buys don't.
Yeah.
They go to the team. The other one that's always intrigued me is the steal. The runs go against the bowler. Even though the bowler's got a wicket,
Yeah.
he concedes 2 runs.
Oh, there's
Another
4
boundary.
more. Oh, poor fielding there by JCM. Yeah, it's pretty unfortunate for the bowler because he's done everything he could do. He's taken the wicket and he's being penalised for it as well.
And he concedes 2 runs. So the hits and misses batter at this end is on half the score.
He's come down the
Oh,
wicket.
there's a
Oh,
6.
crunch.
He looks like he's trying to do
Oh,
it.
that's even bigger.
Looks like he's trying to do it all on his own.
Oh, wow.
You might
Tell
get
you what,
these
your
35
3.2.
runs.
It's not going to last 3.2, mate.
He's probably going to get the 35 runs, and the non-striker is going to get the leg by.
It's a quality hitting there. Down the wicket.
So they're none for 22 in the second over. None for 23.
Chasing 36 for victory.
Yes. I hope they brought the Weber, because they cook up a bit of a feed. Watch some more LMS as the day goes on.
So Andrew Curran coming on a bowl, left-hand spinner. say, more off pace here, which doesn't seem to worry the hits and misses.
I was about to say, maybe it's just because the Johnny Cash guys don't like
Oh,
it.
it's gone straight up in the air. Andrew's coming under and will he get to it? Oh,
And
no.
they nearly steal a single.
Unlucky. Nearly got him out with his first ball.
Nearly got a wicket. Nearly did a Phil Callahan. And I was just having a little bit of a chirp at Phil later. I was commentating the game and he got given an LBW and geez, didn't he ham it up. Arms out, aeroplane.
He thought it was going down leg for sure.
I think everyone did except him and the umpire. But that's
Oh, bowled him. Jeez, chasing that one.
chased it, back foot slipped into the middle stump.
Wow, big wicket. Just halts the momentum ever so. So 3.2 is back on the cards now.
I think the new batter at the crease just needs to push a single,
Yeah.
get the other gentleman back on strike, and the game will be over very quickly.
It's a lefty. Oh, it's lefty to lefty. Here we go.
Another lefty.
Gets off the mark at least. He's coming back for 2. Yeah, easy. Comfortable 2 here.
Very comfortable too.
Sorry, mate, you can answer the phone. You can't answer the phone.
So it's probably a single digit figure they're chasing now.
It's already.
This could almost be over in the next couple of deliveries if they're not landed.
Oh, sure.
There we go. There's one.
Crunched.
There's one of them.
Oh. Well, looks like it's it.
That's done. Game.
Inside 3 overs.
Inside 3 overs. I was so far off pace. It was horrible.
Well, we've made up time. That's awesome.
We did. So we're now back on time. If we can get our next 2 teams out in the middle, we can get going.
Fantastic.